The U.S. military struck a vessel suspected, keyword, suspected of carrying drugs in the Caribbean Sea on Thursday. It did not kill everyone on board. This marks the 6th known attack in that area in the last month, but it's the first in which there are survivors. At least 27 people have been killed in the previous 5 strikes. Earlier today, President Trump had this to say about Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and this escalating conflict.
He's offered everything. You're right. You know why? Because he doesn't want to around with the United States.
Expletive deleted, as you can probably discern for yourselves. Eleanor Watson joins me now. Ellie, that is our affectionate name for you here at CBS News. Catch us up on the scale of what has gone on and a significant change in the head of Southern Command that appears to be wrapped up in this in one way or the other.
Sure. Well, I'll start with the strike yesterday, because as you mentioned, it was the first one that has had survivors. So the U.S. Navy went and flew a search and rescue mission to pick up the 2 survivors and transported them to a U.S. Navy ship where they're being held. These are the first known survivors. They were on a semi-submersible is what it was described as to me, which is not quite a submarine in the way that you and I would think of it, but a vessel that can go shallow underwater. The other 5 strikes have in total killed about 30 people in the last month and a half. That's quite a lot of strikes in such a short period of time. The military has been increasingly focused on countering these drug cartels, which have historically been the responsibility of the Department of Homeland Security, because these alleged drug smugglers have been considered criminals and not combatants. I mention that because that could determine how these 2 survivors are handled going forward, that distinction, whether they are held as law of war detainees or as transferred to civilian law enforcement, as is traditionally done. Amid all of this, the head of U.S. Southern Command, in a surprise move yesterday, announced that he's going to retire early. We first heard it in an announcement from Secretary Hegseth, who thanked Admiral Halsey for his service, and then in a statement by Admiral Halsey himself. Neither man gave a reason for the early retirement, and officials tell us that there have been tensions between the 2 for a while now, and one official even suspected that Halsey speculated that Halsey may have been on the chopping block to be fired in the days ahead of yesterday's announcement. With his early retirement, though, that'll tee up a confirmation hearing in the Senate for the next commander of U.S. forces in that region, who can answer some questions senators definitely have about the end goal here in the Caribbean.
Southern Command is the one overseeing these operations in the Caribbean, and Admiral Alvin Halsey was in year 1 of a 3-year term as the head of Southern Command, creating all sorts of uncertainty and questions about the circumstances of his resignation, and that will certainly come up when there's a confirmation hearing for his replacement. Eleanor Watson, as always, thank you very much.